Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! Yeah, it's late. Got a letter from Caroline. It's just me, Rambler? Okay, so this might sound strange, but whenever I see numbers line up, I get excited. Like, if I happen to look at my clock just as the time flips over to 11:11, I feel like that might be important somehow. Weird friend, Caroline. No, I don't think that's just you. It's a lot of people, actually. I mean, I don't tend to put significance much on time, like various numbers lining up for time, but like, if numbers line up in another context, yeah, that can be kind of neat. I basically just didn't really care about what the turnip price this morning was going to be. Partially, I was just simply not in the mood to record, so I was like, I'll just not. So, you know, that's more or less where I was at. Trying to think of things to ramble about. I don't really have a huge amount. I am going to try, and you can kind of see the writing of it on the whiteboard back there. I'm going to try having, like, more or less a loose planner for every day. Like, I have the mandatory things I need to do in the run of a day, and then I'm going to try and work out what else I can do that day whenever I wake up. Just so, like, I can actually do more things. Because, like, I've been really wanting to watch anime again lately. Like, I've been talking about that, literally, on videos. But, like... Oh, there's Caroline. I'll talk with her really quick. Good evening to you. Don't you love an evening walk? I want to chat. As it should. There. But midway through... Stick to it evenness for the quitter. Stick-to-itiveness? Stick-to-itiveness. That would be it. For the quitter. Such a great book. Sounds really hard to say. It'd be better if she had been just saying that instead of, you know, me having to figure out how to say it. But, like, I've been really wanting to watch anime. But when I had the thought earlier of, like, man, I want to watch anime, it was also met with, but I also want to play games. But I also want to do this. But I also want to do that. So, like, I really need to, like, start trying to plan days out a bit. So that, you know, I'm not just sitting here going, but I could do this instead. You know. I feel like that would be quite good for me. Yeah, this turnip price is terrible. Okay. So what is the turnip price, boys? It doesn't matter, I'm selling anyway. 47. We did not have a good price all week. These Nooklings, they just like doing that to us sometimes. You know, I think they're in cahoots with Daisy May, and she's like, hey, you know, I sold these to them at like a, you know, not so great prices to buy them at, so let's just really screw them over. It'll get him coming back next time, and then we'll give him a good win, but it won't be as much as he lost, just to like keep him coming back. She's really got this whole like roping you into gambling thing right down. A little scary. She did learn from Joan. Joan is the best at it, so. But like, I ultimately ended up just sitting here like, I'll just play games today, even though like I want to watch anime more. Like, quack. Glad you're here. Slatus. Do you have any favorite sayings? I got tons. Failure is the mother of success. That's a really famous saying. I used to freak out whenever I made a mistake, but that saying helped me turn things around. Now I'm always trying to learn from my mistakes so I can do better next time, Queen. I mean, yeah. In our darkest time, hope is something we give ourselves. Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. It may seem dark and endless, but if you just keep walking, eventually you'll see the light. Both are from Avatar. That's such a good show. Yeah, I'm gonna sell my produce before I get the rest of the turnips. I got time. Like, Nooklings will be open another, like, 2 hours, I think. Able Sisters are open another hour, I think. I hope the Able Sisters haven't closed already. Wait, no. The Nooklings are 9 to 9 normally, so they're 9 to 10 now, so the Able Sisters have closed. I think. I might have to go check that. I need to go grab pumpkins anyway, so... But, like, I want to be doing that, so it's like... I kind of need to make the time to do it. It would also help me with, like, actually eating more than 1, maybe 2 meals a day. Because, like, I know that's definitely hindering my weight loss. I'm still losing weight. I'm still losing my belly fat like I want to do. But I could be losing more if I ate more regularly. Like, that's basically a pretty common thing. It's like, you need to eat regularly. Oh, the Able Sisters are open. I'm gonna come in and see them anyway, just because. Okay, so... But it... Don't the Nooklings go 9 to 9? Do they really go 9 to 10? I don't know. Hamlet! Ham slice! Oh, Steven, does your jag root go through here? Let's stop. The reason I ever wear clothes is to highlight my muscles. And stay warm. And not get sunburned. All good reasons to wear clothes. So, like, yeah. I'm really hoping to, like, get something going on, like, schedule-wise, that I can actually follow, but is flexible enough I'm not gonna care if I fail to follow it. I like the ones I got on. Nothing today. Nothing today, Mabes. Now, Sabes. What's up? Steven, I just wanted to say thank you for always being there to help Label. She talks about you all the time, you know. She says the outfits you pick out are always super inspiring. So she runs back here and starts sketching furiously. It's wonderful to see. You've done so much for all 3 of us. Thank you from the roots of my quills. Aww. Anytime. Glad to help you girls out. Like, the sad thing is today I was like, I want to watch anime, and I went to, you know, I sailed the 7 seas a bit, and got the first episode of Comey Can't Communicate, and started watching it, and I'm just like, I could just be playing Phantasy Star right now. Like, it's my problem. Steven, glad to see you. Let's chat. God, you're never too busy to check in with me, Steven. No. So, like, yeah. Still love Najimi. Probably the most of all the characters in that show from what I've seen. Like, that being the character with the gender of yes. And honestly, don't care. They're cute. So, you know. I can already hear the immature people going, yay! It's like, no, bye. Get it right. Though really, that's never been confirmed or denied. Najimi could actually be a girl. We don't know. That's the point of the character. You don't know if they're a boy or a girl. But, yeah, I do want to sit down and watch it. Same with, like, Cells at Work, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maids. There's so freaking many anime I want to watch. Or it's just like, I need to just sit down and watch them. But, you know, I kind of need to find the time to do it, which is gonna mean making the time to do it. Which also, I did some, like, rough calculations earlier, more or less, because I was just like, you know, I upload every day of the week. These videos tend to be about 40 minutes long, so that's 7 videos at roughly 40 minutes. I do the 3 extra videos per week, which tend to be around half an hour each. And then I have my 3 streams at roughly 5.5 hours each. At least lately. Which I do like those longer streams. I was gonna go that long with Splatoon, but, like, I basically was just like... It's not that I didn't want to keep streaming, I just had this, like, I'd rather not be streaming at this moment kind of feeling, and I was just like, yeah, it's been almost long enough, so I ended my stream then, but... Sometimes you just get that vibe where you're just like, yeah, I don't really want to be streaming right now. Which is what really makes me wish that YouTube didn't, like, throw a hissy fit if I ended up sending out too many notifications. Because I would love to be able to, like, stream for a few hours, turn my stream off, and then go back to it later. You know? Basically stream for a bit until I get bored of streaming, or just have that feeling of like, I'd rather not. And then just go back to it later that day. You know? That'd be pretty cool, but YouTube don't like that, so... I also don't think YouTube likes it very much that my Magic Arena stream had so many views, but so little average watch duration. Because a lot of people were just kind of crowding in and then leaving almost immediately. So, like, I think that's probably my second highest viewed video now that it is a video. And it's probably my highest viewed stream. Like... At least of recent times. Some of my older videos have a lot more views than that. Like, a lot of day ones of Animal Crossing series have a ton of views. Like, a lot of people like seeing that day one, I guess. Which is kind of what makes me want to go back to Wild World at some point, because I know there's a lot of fans of Wild World. And, like... I have been asked, probably more than any other game, if I'm ever going to go back and play Wild World again, or to play Wild World again. So it's like, I'm expecting when I do a poll near the end of the year of what Animal Crossing game to do for next year, I'm expecting Wild World and, thought that was a tarantula at first. I'm expecting Wild World and New Leaf to kind of be fighting it out for the top slot. It's gonna be really funny if City Folk or the original game wins. Hey, I was just thinking about you. Hi there, my fabulous bestie. Stop for a chat. My schedule for tonight is packed. There's a monster movie on TV, video games to play, music to blast. Might be an all-nighter. I really can't do those. I know I've talked about that before, but like, I am terrible at all-nighters. I just can't pull them. I just can't do it. I've never been able to. Though I have... this is the weird thing. So I drank coffee for a long-ass time. Now that I've stopped drinking as much coffee, I feel more energized. It's weird. Like... I was not expecting to feel more energized when not caffeinated. You know? I was also expecting to have, at some point, experienced some form of withdrawal symptom, but I haven't. The closest I've gotten is some headaches I get from staying in bed too long, but that's dehydration, not withdrawal symptoms. So, like, and I got those even when I was drinking coffee all the time. Which also told me that that wasn't, like, caffeine withdrawal kicking in at any point, because, drinking coffee would not make those migraines go away. Like, they're just there for the day, unless I take a painkiller. And if it was caffeine withdrawal, drinking coffee would solve it after the caffeine starts working its way through your body. So... at least that's my understanding of it. That may not be actually how it works, but that's my understanding of it. But, trying to think. I really don't have much to ramble about tonight, other than, like, I'm gonna be trying to do, like, a schedule for myself, but keeping it light and loose so that I can modify it if I need to. I am going to really try to hammer home that Sunday is B-side recording day. Like, at the moment, I'm not gonna worry about recording more, more Julep. Even though I literally, like, everything I have recorded is now live. Because I don't need more until Monday. And I'm gonna use Sunday to just record the rest of Julep. And then I'm going to start recording whatever I do next. I'm gonna decide between now and then what I'm doing next. Still leaning Earthbound, so though I kind of want to do Final Fantasy VI at this point, because it's been a long time. Need to suplex a train. It's just what I need to do. Like, it's what everybody needs to do, right? You just suplex a train? It's just what you do. I don't know why I bonked that rock. I'd already found the money rock. I just wasted durability on this shovel. That's fine. I was thinking about suplexing a train. That's what had me so aggressive and bonking that rock. But I've also been thinking, mostly because, like, Undertale / Deltarune is really popular right now, maybe playing Undertale for the channel. It would just be a pacifist route. I don't have it in me to do neutral or genocide. I just can't do it. Ah, Steven, how are things, Powderpuff? I want to chat. Nice to see your smile. Having fun, Powderpuff? Yeah, I'm kind of having fun today. I do feel like I've been bothering one of my friends lately, though. I have been texting them way too much. I'm hoping they'll tell me if I'm bothering them, you know, or just stop responding if they just don't feel like it. Like, I always get super worried about that. Because, like, I don't want to be a bother to people. I just don't. I don't want to be a bother. Don't want to be a burden. Don't want to be a curtain. Definitely don't want to be one of those. I would not be very good as a curtain. Like, wouldn't work out very well. I don't know what I'm on about. I'm just trying to ramble about things. I could adopt the hard leg gaming comedy ability of just make increasingly obscure references until only like one person gets it. Sorry, I'm really focused on this. What you doing? Currently crafting a natural square table just to see how I do at it. DIY is a great way to learn by doing, until I'm obsessed with it. I do. You're not wrong there. I'm not surprised. You never fail to impress. You must know a do-it-yourselfer out there who wants to make a natural square table. Why not give this recipe to you? Pass it on to someone who can use it. I'll pass it on to the Nooklings. They'll probably sell it to someone who can use it. That would be really cool. I just thought of something. What if every recipe you sold to the Nooklings was added to the thing, like the recipes in like the big catalogs? So like you sell them like this table, and if it's not already in one of their big catalogs, it gets added to one. That way someone else coming to visit your town can just buy those catalogs and get all the DIY recipes. I always dig running into you, Steven. How's things? Let's talk. Just thinking about you. Thinking about seeing your face. Big old adorable round head. Alright, what up, Serrano? Bingus, always a pleasure. One chat. Weather's downright pleasant, like my sunny disposition. Hey, your sunny disposition where you were insulting Diva. I won't bonk you with my net because it's a KK concert and I want to be respectful to KK. But I really want to. I have still not forgiven him. But, yeah, like, the funniest thing is, though, I don't even have to get dig too deep into things that I know to make obscure references that nobody's gonna get. All I have to do is reference Julep. Because most people don't know what Tulip even is. You can find that out by checking out the B-side series on my channel. It's been Tulip for quite a while now. Minus the one-off I did a Balatro just to fill in time because I didn't have the mental ability to play Tulip at that moment. But like... I just need to reference Tulip, like the Complainant Pot cult. You're not gonna get what the Complainant Pot cult is, you know, unless you know Tulip, and specifically know Michelle. And watch the video that went out yesterday on Tulip. Yeah, I'm trying to promote that series a bit, because I want people watching it, because I feel like y'all would enjoy it. Because it's just weird. And weird is funny. It's also wholesome in a lot of ways. Oh, gosh, what? I need to finish my exercise after I'm done here. I only did one set today. I need to do my second set. I'll probably do that while the video's rendering or something. Because that seems like a pretty good use of my time. My Timmy time. I was thinking of using one of my little, like, journals to, like, basically use it as a planner. And I could probably do that. There's enough space on each page to do it, and I've kind of come to the conclusion I only need 2 books for what I want to do. I'm basically going to use the blue one as my testing ground for seeing how I want to do my, like, cosplay journal for a Monster Hunter cosplay. And then do that proper, like, cosplay journal in, like, the soft cover one. Because, like, it's specifically this one feels more Monster Hunter, and it also, I'm not the biggest fan of the fake weathering, but I do kind of like it in this case, so works out. Oh, you got an itch. The Nooglings are so cute. For anyone who doesn't know their, like, backstory, they're, if I remember right, they're orphans that Nook found and took in, and they call him Uncle Nook. So, that's basically, like, the synopsis of it. I could be remembering wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I've heard is the official story behind them. So, like, they're not his kids, they're just kind of like, oh, they're Tanukis that he found that were orphans and homeless, and, you know, took him in, taught him business. And they've made him a lot of money. He's a regular Watto over here. I also want to play more Blaze Blue. Blaze Blue, Blaz Blue. I don't know which... It's spelled Blaz Blue, but I've heard people call it Blaze Blue. So, like, I don't know, man. I say things the way they're spelled. I also spell things the way they sound. So, like... It's confusing. I'm also, like, still in the camp of, like, man, I really wish I had a Switch 2 already. Like, I'd be a lot closer to having one, and would not have basically given up on getting one until next year, had the Canadian government not been stupid and cut the carbon rebate. Like... I don't want to get into political ramblings, but this is more a case on general intelligence of people. So, for those who aren't Canadians, what this carbon tax was it was a very, very small tax on all things that produce carbon, basically. So, like, fossil fuels. So, the gasoline for your car, or your furnace oil, you know, things like that. Well, this tax was not very big, but it was on everything. The government then, every 3 months, along in the same month as you would get your GST, gave basically every Canadian a carbon rebate of a fixed amount based on where you lived. If you lived in a rural community, you got a little more. If you lived in a city, you got a little less. And on average, some like 90%, 95% of Canadians got more back in their rebate than they spent on the tax. It was only a small percentage of Canadians that were actually paying more than, they were getting back. People were complaining non-stop about this tax and how bad it was and how it was bleeding them dry and they were spending all their money on it. It's like, you're getting more back than you're spending. I just gotta go. We don't want it. It's like, I want the rebate, so how about it stay? Because everybody got it. It wasn't just people with cars. It was everybody got it. Which meant everybody got a bit of money. It was like the beginning of universal basic income. It could have evolved into that, which would have been really freaking cool. I'm still holding out hope that maybe, just maybe, that might eventually become a reality within my lifetime in this country. Because, like, there's been so many places around the country that have trialed it, and it works. But, dear person, I don't know. I was walking around yesterday, picking up DIY stuff, and I came up with a great recipe. I was going to keep it a secret, but I'm bad with secrets. Real bad. Share this recipe with folks. The DIY Wade, who D-I-H. Stacked fish containers. Alright. And, like, there's some countries that haven't basically enacted UBI, and it works. It'd be so nice if the Canadian government could do the same. Because, like, the general argument that is given is if you have UBI, people aren't going to want to work. The fact I have no money means I can't work. Like, because there are no jobs in this area for an entry-level position that is consistent pay. That would actually be worth it. Finished paying off my very last home loan. Hey, Nook. Could use some more storage. You got any of that storage? Goodness, you've done it. You've paid off your home renovation in full. Congratulations, you're debt-free and all set for an amazing, spacious island home. I know you're just waiting for me to offer to expand your home, but your house is as grand as it gets. I have something else to offer, however. For free, of course. For free? No King guarantees its work for life, and as a small token of my appreciation, I'm proud to offer you a lifetime of free exterior renovations. Limited one per day. Terms and conditions apply. Yes, I'm legally required to say that. Oh yes, one other thing for us to discuss. Although we cannot expand your house any further, maybe we can look into expanding the size of your home storage. Fortunately, such construction would not come cheap, so I'd need the entire cost to be paid upfront. I imagine that, as your home has grown, you've packed in quite a few things in the storage room. And before you know it, the storage is full, and where does your old couch go then? Where indeed? That's where expanded storage would aim to solve, so think it over and tell me you'd like to do more. Alright, so I can't just take loans on that. But we've done it. We can now modify our home anytime we'd like. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. I'm never gonna do it, but it's pretty cool. But like, if I had a car and the money to pay for said car, and, all that nice, neat stuff that a lot of people take for granted having, that I don't have, I could simply make the hour's drive to the capital of this province and get a job that would have consistent hours. I could possibly even drive further into a, more rural area, because, like, the problem with where I'm living now is it's not big, but it's not small. There's more people than there are jobs. Which is where it'd be really nice to basically either go to the capital, where there are more jobs than people, or go to a more rural area, where there are more jobs than people, and work in one of those places. What am I hearing? It's weird. Like, that's basically where I'm at, where it's like, if I could only drive, I wouldn't have an issue. But I can't, because I can't afford a car. Because I have no money. And because I have no money, I can't afford a car. Which is what I would need to make money. It's really quite the catch-22 going on there. Got some clay, that'll just be sold. And like, it's so frustrating. Like, you really need money to be able to make money. Like, that's just how the world works. And so many people in my position would gladly work if they could find somewhere to work. I mean, heck, I could even make what I'm doing now, like my videos and stuff, better if I had disposable income, if I had money. Because, like, imagine this one on for size. Imagine if I had the money to even just pay someone to make thumbnails for me. Because I don't know how to make thumbnails. I'm not good at that kind of thing. I don't know what catches people's attention. Other people do. But those people want money for their work because they're spending time to do it. So, like, you know, it would be pretty nice to actually have, like, thumbnails. I could buy a new, better microphone. I could buy a better capture card. I could, you know, upgrade my computer to the point where I don't need to worry about performance issues at all, in the slightest, for anything. Especially with the proposition of UBI, because under the initial proposed UBI years ago, every Canadian would get roughly $24,000 a year. Sounds like a lot. That's about the amount you would get off of a minimum wage job. So, if you were also working a minimum wage job, congratulations, you're actually to the point where you're close to getting past the poverty line. You're almost not in poverty while working a job and being given basically double your pay. Like, that's where Canada is at. That's why people like me are like, hey, UBI is pretty cool. The government can fund it. There has been so many people who have come out and been like, yeah, the government can fund it, and here's exactly how. The easiest way to fund it is to just simply go in, raise the taxes on basically the uber wealthy who would be getting nothing out of UBI anyway, at least getting nothing from UBI itself. They would get things back from UBI of people being able to actually purchase things from them. But, you know, increase the taxes on them by, I think it was figured out to be like 5%. And then lower the wage paid to basically our elected government officials by like 3%. And you could fund UBI Canada-wide with just that. And like, those are amounts of money that those people, if they didn't know it was being taken from them, they wouldn't even notice. Like, you know. But as you can imagine, those people did not like that idea very much, because that would mean they would be getting ever so slightly less money directly, and they'd probably be getting a lot more of it indirectly from people, you know, being able to afford things. When it comes to politicians, more people would be able to, you know, give donations to campaigns, which would mean less of that politician's money has to go into funding their own campaign, because the general populace would be more able to help them. You know, it's one of those things of, I forget exactly the situation around this. I just remember the Robin Williams joke around it that was more praising the guy of, apparently it was an economic policy by George W. Bush that he wanted to give each and every American $1 million, tax it at a flat tax rate of 25%, returns to the government $250,000 in taxes, leaving each and every American, regardless of income, with $750,000 they could spend on anything they wanted to spend it on. Doing so would stimulate the economy, both locally and globally, because people would have more money to spend. It would also raise the general education level of the populace, because people would be able to afford going to school. People would be able to afford taking a year to 4 years off of working to go to school. It ultimately would have made the US a much more prosperous country than it was. And as part of the W joke, the Robin Williams joke about W, it's, but he didn't know the price of gas. Definitely don't know the price of gas. Robin Williams was a great comedian. A lot of his comedy specials are on YouTube. If you ever want to just like sit down and have a laugh, just look up Robin Williams comedy specials on YouTube and just watch them. They're great. Yep, there goes my fishing rod. Guess that's the end of me fishing. Arr, I guess that'd be the end of me fishing. I just like doing pirate voices. Can't help it. I like doing voices in general. I hope anyone watching the Tulip series appreciates what I'm doing with Chu's father. With every time I go to sleep, he's getting progressively more and more, like, sobbing as he's going over the events of the day. And I hope I'm pulling it off well. Ah, boys. What's out? Like, I'm definitely going for over-exaggeration with it. I know I did the same thing when I was streaming it years and years ago, and people really enjoyed it back then. I just hope I haven't lost that edge. You know? It's a really funny bit to just have Chu's father get progressively, like, more and more just, like, emotionally invested in his son's kissing of people. But alright. KK! Feeling the vibes tonight. Especially now that you're on the scene. Ready for a tune? Yeah, let's hear it. Cool, cool. Any requests? Dial up an old favorite and just tell me how you're feeling, and I'll groove on it. Leave it up to you, my man. Dealer's choice, huh? Cool. I got a slick one for you. Take a seat and we'll jam. I'm gonna sit here to, like, kind of match things. Right on, I'm tuned up and ready to roll. Who's in the mood for a little KK folk? I like KK folk. It's pretty nice. So I don't think I have any drink with me at this exact moment. I don't. I probably shouldn't have done the pirate voice then. Because I am definitely out of drink. I've been drinking soda, so I've been using soda bottle. Watered down soda, but soda. Just to make the soda last longer. Yeah, I've been drinking at it for like 4 days. So. Just seems fitting. Let's see if I can keep this up. I probably won't be able to. Doing my best. I do like KK Folk, it's pretty nice. Yeah, like, I will say, for anyone, like, watching who's like, oh man, Robin Williams, he was in a lot of kids' movies, I bet his comedy would be great for my kids. Maybe watch it yourself first and come to your own conclusion. I would say it's at a minimum PG-13. Like, that's roughly where his comedy is, at a minimum. So... And even then, you may want to skip some jokes. Because, I mean, some of his jokes are a bit adult, so... Yeah! Right on, man. Why don't you give your pockets a glance? Slipped you a boot of the show. That was, like, unreal. Thanks for tuning your dial my direction. I got mosquitoed. Yeah, I also got bit by a mosquito lately. Well, recently. Bit me on my finger. It's been really annoying, but... I've just been ignoring the spot, and it's been mostly fine, so... I love KK Folk. It's a pretty good one. Oh, I love how it sounds like it's like the whistling's like carrying the flute, whatever it is. But alright, that is gonna actually be it for today. So we're gonna pop right back down here next to KK and let him play us off into the night. And with that, I say thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for the bad financial decision of turnips yet again. See you all then! And now in this end card, I would like to ask, if you liked the video, could you maybe hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It'd help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch.
Oh, me, oh, no, me, not, way, oh.